Welcome to A Slice of Therapy. This podcast was created with Anchor. And if you've not heard of Anchor, let me explain. It's free. It's a really easy way to make a podcast. And it helps me because I can just do this every day directly into my phone, because there's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. So if you fancy making a podcast too, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So here's something weird. If you give someone a normal milkshake, a normal full-fat milkshake, but you tell them that it's a diet drink, so they think it's a diet drink, their gut will behave as if the drink is low-fat even though it's not. And if a patient wakes up from knee surgery and the doctor says that they've done the operation, the knee gets better, even though all the doctor did was make an incision in the skin. And the examples of this kind of thing are everywhere. If you give a drug, for example, a big fancy name, then it'll work better than if it has just a bog standard name. Antidepressants work better depending on who prescribes them, not what's in the drug. And I remember seeing a TV documentary as well about a medical experiment, and half the people had the actual drug, but the other half just had a sugar pill that had absolutely no drug in it. And yet, for many people, the sugar pill, the one with no medicine in, it worked. And in fact, there was quite an amusing scene when the trial was over, and there was one woman who it had worked for, and she insisted that she keep getting the pills, and the researchers were saying, well, they're just sugar pills. And she says, I don't care what they are, they worked and I want them back. Now, it sounds weird, but it's actually not so outlandish, and it's an effect which you've probably heard of before called the placebo effect. And it's where no actual medicine is given or no treatment is given, and yet we get better anyway. If you give a person a sugar pill, but tell them it's a stimulant, their heart rate will increase, their blood pressure will go up as if it actually was a stimulant. But if you give them the exact same sugar pill and tell them it helps with sleep, the opposite happens. Their heart rate decreases, their blood pressure drops. People even get drunk on non-alcoholic beer as long as we tell them that what they're drinking is alcohol. And this is the thing, you see, because what studies show is that if a doctor were to give placebos to their patients just as a matter of course, like that was what they did with everyone, you go in with a problem, they say, I'll have this, and they give them a placebo, 30% of people would get better. And of course, it involves no side effects. Now, that never happens because it would mean the doctor would have to trick their patient, which is unethical. But studies have shown, and this is even stranger, that it can work even when the person knows that they're taking a placebo. So this is where the doctor will actually say, look, there's nothing in this. There's no medicine in this whatsoever, but take it 3 times a day. And those kind of placebos where the person knows they're taking just a sugar pill, that's been shown to have an effect on a whole range of things, from depression, pain, sleep disorders, irritable bowel, menopause, amongst many others. So it's powerful stuff. And the reason why I'm kind of underlining it in this particular podcast is because what it shows is just how much power is located solely within the person. So you and me, we're powerful stuff because there's nothing in the medicine, because it's not medicine. The medicine's fake, but the results that we bring about are real. All of the healing happens because what we do is we trigger change in our own bodies, and this is how powerful you are, and it's how powerful your mind is as well. Now, even though it sounds a really strange thing. Every health scientist knows this. In fact, whenever they do any study, they'll factor in just how powerful your mind is into every study they do. And what that means is it's not enough for them to know that a drug has been helpful. What they have to know is that it's been more helpful than your mind is on its own. And this is why placebo trials exist. It's why half people get the drug and half get the sugar pill. And you don't know which one you're getting. So the scientists aren't just accepting how powerful your mind is, they're actually measuring it. They build every single test they do around the power of the human mind and the power of the human mind to make changes. So, in order for a medicine to become a medicine, to be shown to be something that actually works, it's not good enough that it actually works. It has to outdo you. It has to outdo the placebo effect that you generated. And many medicines and potential drugs fall by the wayside because they make a difference, but they don't make as much difference as you do by yourself, just using the power of your mind. So all that research, all that study, all those lab tests, all those clever people coming up with all those ideas, they still didn't beat the power that you already have within you right now. In fact, it's really hard to come up with medicine that's better than the healing that you're already capable of. And this is a remarkable thing. Now, we do develop such medicines, obviously, but it's not easy to do. You're a really difficult healer to beat. And so the reason why I think this is important is that if you're a really difficult healer to beat, if you're such a great healer for yourself and your mind is such a great healer for yourself that even medical drugs find it really difficult to outdo you on a medical problem, can you imagine that inherent power that you have applied not just to your body, but to your life? And so science knows that you can change your body. So given this remarkable power of you, what else can you change? Now, if you find this episode helpful, please do share it on so others can get the benefits as well. You can work with me directly. I'm Alun Parry. You can find me at liverpoolpsychotherapy.co.uk. And please do subscribe to the podcast. It's completely free and there'll be a new podcast every day. Just subscribe wherever you normally get your podcasts from. And if you prefer to go and visit YouTube to watch and listen to these podcasts, then simply type in asliceoftherapy.com. So thanks for listening, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one.